afternoon from AfricaCom 2022. I'm here together with Guillaume Briche, CEO, Digital Virgo. Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm glad that we see each other here finally after 2 years of pandemic in person. What brings you to the AfricaCom 2022? What are you showcasing here as your nice stand?
Yeah, I'm so pleased to be here today because this event is really important for us. Because of course the main mission of Digital Virgo is to allow people to access to services, goods, content and pay for that. So of course in Africa a lot of the time carrier billing is the only way to pay. That's why we are focused on this billing solution, and our DNA is also to be on the ground, close to our partners and clients. And we have 10 offices in Africa, in different countries. We have 300 people on the ground. And so it was really a key for us to be able to meet with MTN, Vodacom, Orange, I mean all the carriers and all our partners, merchant and telcos.
Oh, so if you could wrap up the first day, I know it's only half day so far, it's quite successful for you, you're happy.
Yeah, and these 2 days will be really important and productive, I'm sure.
That's good. So you just said that that's a quite substantial market for you, Africa.
Yeah.
Can you share a bit of some success stories to say, okay, that's a good case, that's where our, let's say, DNA or strength is it based on a sample?
Yeah, generally what we are proud of is really this year in 2022 we managed to bring additional 25 million African people to access to services and to pay for that. So we are really happy about that, and I can take different examples. First, for instance, in games. We managed to bring a company like Garena with a very famous games, Free Fire, and allow gamers to pay for add-on in their games and enjoy their experience. We also support in music Universal that we deploy in more than 10 countries in Africa. I could take another example in reading, for instance, with YouScribe, which is one of our key merchants that now have more than 1 million subscribers in Africa, and we are really supporting their business through digital campaigns, connecting him to telcos and allowing people to access to readings and to pay for that, so to be able to have remuneration for authors, for producers, for all content creators.
Oh, okay, thank you. That sounds very interesting. I mean, you have a very extensive experience and you know a lot about partnerships with telcos. What would you say today is one of the main values you bring to the table, and how can you help telcos also to leverage probably more or develop new opportunities?
In fact, we are bringing values in different ways. I mean, the telcos here are not just telcos, they want also to be techos, and then they can bring also billing solution, and we help them to monetize this asset. So we are really close to them. We have an organization that is really based on their organization, with global platforms but local actions very close to each carriers, and we can bring them a solution to process the payment. We can be an enabler at this stage. We can also build for them white labels services. We can bring them new merchants, OTT, and we are agnostic in terms of content, so we can bring them games, OTT players, but also videos, music, infotainment, edutainment. I mean, a lot of different verticals. And on the top of that, we are also running digital campaigns that will bring the consumers in the telco ecosystem on these services that will use then the telco payments.
Oh, okay. So why would you say it's very important and so crucial to enable mobile payments in Africa?
I would give two figures. The first one is that the financial inclusion rate in Africa is average, should be close to 35%, when at the same time 60% of African people have a cell phone connected to a carrier billing solution. So at the moment the carriers have connection with all African people that want to access to more and more premium content and entertainment services. At the same time, we have merchants all around the world that want to deploy their services in Africa, and we are really the company who can connect these merchants to the carriers, adapt the services, localize them, because as I said previously, we have people on the ground everywhere that know very well each market, because Africa is not Africa, you know, different. There are a lot of diversity, and for us the diversity is one of our key value. And we are really one of the key of that is that it will of course increase with usage, with 4G, 5G, more and more usage, and we will really create this synergy between the merchant and the telco, having a central position in this whole ecosystem.
So you see also immense opportunity for growth in the market. I mean, for the merchants on the other side, and then also the telcos.
Yeah, of course, it's a win-win games, and really for consumers, they will be able to access to more and more services, more and more premium content, bringing value for the telcos, bringing value also for the merchants, and also to respond to attempt and huge expectation from African people.
Thank you. So what does the future hold for Digital Virgo? Or where do you see it in the next few years?
So we are very humble in the way we see the future, but I think I mentioned at the very beginning in several ways. First, expanding the footprint. We can also develop more and more services, bringing new merchants in all the territories where we are operating at the moment. And of course, I mentioned that also previously, there is the big expansion of usage. 4G, 5G will of course increase the usage of video, of games, and I think that it will also develop all the business that we are doing at the moment.
So as long as you stay agile in the process, you see a big growth?
Yeah, I see a big growth, and after there is still lot innovation to come. I will not speak about cryptocurrency and so on, but I think it's for a longer term. But even in the 2-3 coming years, with what we are doing at the moment, doing more on a wider scale.
All right. Thank you very much. It was very interesting. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
That was TechAfrica News from AfricaCom 2022. My name is Akim Ben Amara, and see more, check out www.techafricanews.com.